The most important date in the Chinese political calendar every year, where these thousands of delegates come to Beijing, come to the Great Hall of the People right on Tiananmen Square, and are there to basically approve and rubber stamp all the various proposals, legislations, and budgets that will be presented to them by the government led by Prime Minister Li Keqiang, the Prime Minister who presented his work report for the coming year this morning in Beijing, as well as his 5-year economic plan for the country. It's a highly scripted, highly coordinated, and orchestrated affair. Not really any room for surprises. All these proposals will be approved at almost unanimously every single time. But it's still worth watching to see what direction China wants to go in, what their plans are for the future. This is a good moment to sort of take stock of the type of governance that China is engaging in.
Yeah, and one of the things we're going to be watching closest are these reforms that are being discussed over the overhaul of Hong Kong's electoral system. What would these changes mean for the territory?
Well, Prime Minister Li Keqiang in his speech this Friday morning explained that this electoral reform for the semi-autonomous territory of Hong Kong is meant to protect Hong Kong from foreign interference, which has been sort of one of the leitmotifs of China's narrative on what's been happening in Hong Kong. In effect, it'll stop any person that's critical of Beijing from having any elected position in Hong Kong. And it does that in a number of different ways, by overhauling the electoral system in the city, notably by changing the electoral committee and by making it larger and having more pro-Beijing seats within that electoral committee, and also by screening all potential candidates for any elected office in Hong Kong, a screening that could include some sort of patriotism test, and that's been one of the lines that's been used here in Beijing about Hong Kong, saying that there needs to be patriots that are in charge of Hong Kong. So the objective here is to really eliminate any kind of official opposition to Beijing in Hong Kong, and really ringing the death knell of the pro-democracy movement in the semi-autonomous territory.